Hello, welcome to Scrap Time. My name is Christine, and in this video we have one final video from CHA that we had filmed, and Kat Keeling from Treehouse Cakes is going to show us how to make a unicorn cake.
Alright, well I'm Kat Keeling, I'm from Treehouse Cakes in Tucson, Arizona. I work with satinized fondant, which is amazing, and so today what we're going to do is show you how to make a unicorn using their fondant, which tastes great and also is really easy to work with. So, we are starting with a just really plain, we have a cake dummy that we've covered in the fondant. It is a vanilla fondant, it is very durable and easy. We went ahead and piped on a little bit of rosettes with some buttercream. We're going to add a few more things. So the number one thing you think of when you think of unicorns is their horn. So I'm going to quickly show you guys how to make one of those.
Did amazing with their ribbon rings. And I was like, you really haven't played with fondant before? And they're like,
have you guys used fondant before?
Play and all these other things.
A little bit? Okay.
Little artsy knacks already.
So this is one of those things that kind of looks complicated, but when you get going, it's a little bit easier to do. So when you first open your fondant, you're going to want to knead it a little bit, just like you would do with any kind of dough. So we're going to move this way. You're going to take it and roll it out like this. Over here. And then you're going to just take it like this, kind of like you would with the pretzel. And then you're going to twist it like this. And kind of get a rope like this. And then you're going to pinch it up top and kind of shape it into a horn. And you can do that just by rolling it. You can't really go wrong. And then you're going to cut off the excess at the end. Now if you're wanting this to get hard fast, you can use something called gum base, which Satinized also uses. It takes about an hour or two sometimes when you're using gum paste. It takes a little bit longer if you're just using the fondant. This is what it looks like after about a day or two. And so I pre-made this so that we could set this one aside and show you what you can do after. So there are a couple different things that you can do with fondant after it's dried. We have two different options. This is just a powdered dust. It kind of looks like what you would put on your face, like face powder, but it's actually edible. And so you can use this to paint the horn. You just kind of dust it on there like this, and it's really glittery and pretty. The other option is that you can take it and you can put just a little bit of alcohol, like vodka, because water has a chemical reaction. I know that a chemical reaction with fondant, but if you put vodka or a similar clear alcohol in there, it actually evaporates. So you can paint it onto the cake and it will not have any effect on it.
It's right there.
I'm going to show you on the back of this. So you just kind of paint it on there.
Anybody?
Like this.
Oh, it's yours.
So, I am going to have one of you, would you guys like to try this? Do I have a volunteer? Do you want to try? Alright. So I'm going to hand you this unicorn horn. I'm going to have you paint it first with this. Get that going. And it's really fun.
Clear extracts too.
Yes.
Just like Kat said,
yes.
You can use vodka, any clear alcohols, but yeah, any almond, lemon, anything as long as it's not, you know, brown like vanilla, because
exactly.
You don't want that. You don't want the color messing you up.
So while she is painting our unicorn horn, I'm going to show you how to make the eyes. How many guys have you seen, no coffee yet, how many of you guys have seen the unicorn cake trend? Have you seen that? They have, it's a trend right now, it's got like the horn and it's got these cute little eyes. So we're going to make the little winky eye next. So you're just going to take a little piece of the fondant, and again you're just going to roll it out. It's really easy to work with.
Yeah, of course.
Like this. And the size is completely up to you. I'm going to cut this one in half. Now to attach items to your cake, you can use something called, it's like a gel paste. It's just like a gooey thing. You can get it at a lot of your craft stores, cake stores. There's several different brands that make it. You also can actually make it out of gum paste that we sell. You take a little piece of the gum paste, you put it into a cup, and then you just put a little drop of water and you mush it around until it kind of liquefies, and it is the perfect edible glue. The trick with cakes is that you need to make sure everything's edible. Can't use Elmer's on this project. So you're just going to put just a tiny little amount on there. And we're going to just apply it to the cake in an arch like this. And look how easy that is to stick. It's so easy. So, who wants to try? You want to try? Would you like to try and attach one? I'm going to let you try out and to show people. So you're just going to take a little tiny amount and apply it to the back. And the great part of this is that whether you have been doing this forever or if you are just starting out, fondant is really cool because if something happens, you can just mush it back up and try again. So I'm going to apply this one right here.
Right.
Oops, just want to stick to my finger.
Okay.
So
Now
that we have those on there, it usually takes about an hour for that to dry, and then it will be stuck solid. It won't be going anywhere. So the next thing, here we go. All right, so what I'm going to show you now is the same thing that she's working on over here. She's doing great. You can take your cake, take just a little bit of your colored liquid, and you're just going to gently paint that on there.
Would you normally want to wait till it was dry, or wouldn't it?
It's either way. If you want to make sure that it's solid and on there, you can. Either way it works, as long as you're just careful to get the paint on the top of it and not let it get behind.
How long does the paint take to dry?
Honestly, here in Arizona, it probably takes about 30 minutes. It's pretty quick. If you're in a more humid area, it might take up to an hour, but it just really depends on the climate. If it's a rainy day, it's going to take a little bit longer. If it's one of those 100-degree days here in Arizona.
This?
Perfect. All right, we will add that in just a second. Let me paint this other one. And this is one of those things that's fun because you can take your own creative take on it. You can just do black or pink and do any color you want. So that is our eyes. So next, usually we let this dry. We're gonna go ahead and put it on right away today. I'm gonna have gold fingers.
Oh yeah.
You can also do layers. So we have the paint on there. We can add dust on top of it so then it's glittery.
Oh wow.
Like that. And that also kind of helps it dry a little bit faster, which is awesome. But you can't go wrong with glitter. So I am going to grab with cakes. You can just slip it right in there. This is a cake dummy, so you're just going to make a hole in there. Get it out. Woo.
I thought you were going to cut the cake and share it.
I mean, it's a 0-calorie cake. Alright, so you're just going to take that and just gently wiggle it in there, like that, which is great. And same thing with cakes, and it's easier to just slip it right in there as long as you have, what I did was I took one of these sticks and I just pushed it gently in there. Actually, I can show you using this. See, this is already starting to dry a little bit. But you just kind of slip it into the center like this and just let it dry, and it'll stay in there, and that's great for added stability. So let me get my box of out too. So we're gonna do this next. So first, the other thing you need to do is add ears. So we have Atco here today who is selling a lot of their different supplies. They make cookie cutters, they make all kinds of tools. It's like cake decorators dream over there. But I have a set of their cookie cutters, and they actually look like eyes, but that is what I use to make the ears. So I'm gonna move this towards you. And we're gonna grab a little bit of fondant here. The other great thing about Satin Ice is that a lot of companies sell their fondant in boxes, which is okay if you're going to use it. I use it in mass amounts usually, so I can go through quickly. But if you're working from home sometimes, if you're doing a smaller cake, the great thing is that they come in the tub so you can seal it and it lasts for a long time, and that is very handy to have. Alright, so you're going to take a little ball.
You work for a bakery, or you own a bakery?
I actually own my own. It's called Treehouse Cakes. It's located in Tucson, Arizona. But I work with Satin Ice too. I do a lot of their tutorials, which is really fun. They send me fondant and I get to get creative.
Is this new, Satin Ice?
It's actually been here, they've had it for 16 years. So they have it in a lot of different countries too. And so it's been very popular with professional bakeries, but they're branching out and they're starting to work with other like home bakers. I actually started as a home baker, and they contacted me to work with them as an educator, and they sent me some of their items, and I loved it, and I got addicted, which was the plan. But it's really cool because you can, you know, order it, you can find it in store. Are there different types of fondants out there? Yeah, well, there's several different ones.
Different companies?
Different companies. There's a few major ones, but this is one of the main ones. And they have 16 different colors, which for me is awesome because I don't know if you've ever worked with fondant. You don't have to knead it. And I'm short, as you can see, so it's... So, okay.
So adding the color is getting it.
It is, especially when you get busy, because cakes can take up to 18 hours when you're doing a full-on, on your feet. So
not
anything
like
TV that.
When I watch those cake shows.
Yes, I've been on one of those cake shows.
Oh, you have?
Yes, the Cake Wars.
Yeah.
I was on there, and they were like, "You have 4 hours to make a cake," and I just went, "Okay."
How'd you do?
I made it. I survived the first round, but that was it. I didn't make it to the second round, but I had a lot of fun. So, okay, with the ears, as you say, I just used the cookie cutter. You also can freehand it. I usually, and that's what I did with these, I just went ahead and cut them out. You can just chop them in half. I have a cool technique that I use with any kind of cup to try to give it that curve. You can place it in there. If you put a little powdered sugar or cornstarch underneath it, it kind of helps it, you know, not stick if you have trouble with a lot of humidity. Yeah, here they don't do so bad. So what you would do is you'd leave that for an hour or two. I went ahead and made some ahead of time so we could speed the process along. And again, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take a little bit of this and we're just gonna paint it on there like this. And if you wanna try, would you like guys wanna try? Wanna paint? Would you like to try painting? Here you go.
Yeah, you can have my
paint with me. So you're just gonna add it on there like this. And again, you can use any color. They make these kinds of dyes.
So
And just about any color you can make, yeah. Okay, thank you. And then the same thing, if you want to add some of the sparkle dust, you can never go wrong with glitter. It's like a fundamental rule in life, not just with cakes.
So this seems like it's starting to dry already.
If you just kind of mix it up, then you're good. So after you add the center of the ear, you can just take it and you're just going to place it in here. And the cool part is the icing will hold it up.
Oh, okay.
That little guy on there. And then comes the fun part. You can pull out your sprinkle collection. We have a wide collection here today. And you can kind of just add whatever you'd like to make it. You can take...
Oh, I colored the whole thing.
That's okay.
Can I take it off?
I'm not sure it'll come off, but I have some backups I can grab.
I'm sorry,
So-
I didn't look. I said, should I paint it
okay.
all? And you said, yeah.
Oh,
So
sorry about that. So you just take things and sprinkle it on there. You can take hearts.
Okay. I enjoyed it so much.
That's the cool thing about painting. We also, in our earlier demo, we made some really cool ribbon roses, which you can grab one of the tutorials on the wall. You can also go to satnice.com, and they have some really great free tutorials all the time. We all work together to kind of put together some really cool things that you can learn, and it's great because they have everything from beginner level to way, way, way expert level, things that I haven't even learned to do yet. So you just kind of add those.
Don't they on the website? Don't they say level of...
Yes, they will tell you the different levels, which is great because you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. Just kind of add those along.
If you need any more.
Oh,
I
nice.
put them on a bucket for you.
Alright. So, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Well, actually, let me grab one more ear. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to grab one of these ears.
So how'd you like painting? Oh wait, who painted the horn? Did she leave?
She left.
Yeah. So what do you guys think so far?
I love it.
Right?
Yeah, it's really cool.
And it's pretty simple.
It is.
It's very doable for anybody.
I thought it was a lot harder.
Right?
Honestly, I did.
That's when I actually had never used fondant before, and I kept hearing people say, oh, it's really hard, it's really hard. So one day I just pulled out some fondant that I had gotten as a gift, and I started playing with it, and it was just like Play-Doh. I was a nanny for 13 years, And so Play-Doh was right up my alley. And I just started doing it, and that's how my business started. I just started making cakes, and the next thing I knew, people were putting in orders. And it was fun to me. It's one of those things that it's just fun, because it's art that you can eat, which is great. So we're just gonna go ahead and stick this one in here.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're okay. The good thing is that everything is flexible. That's the fun part. You can get as creative, do whatever you want. So we add those things in there. The next thing we need to do is a little mouth. I don't have an edible pin in here, but you can do things like, oh, you do? Yeah, if you have an edible pin, that'd be great. You can add little things like this on there. I'm gonna have her grab that pin for me.
Is okay?
Yes. So this is another great thing.
edible
It is a
pin.
pin, but it's got edible ink in it, which is awesome. You can use it on cookies, but you can just add a little face on there and all kinds of stuff. So you can see we did that in just a few minutes, and of course when you have more time you can get more detailed and you can just go crazy. You can add colors into the frosting, and you can different kind of sprinkles. We have all kinds of little tutorials over there that teach you how to make little things that you can add on to it. And again, every unicorn we make this week is going to be different because you can really personalize it to however you're wanting to do it, which is awesome.
You're unique just like you.
You're unique just like you. But I love it. Thank you. Thank you guys for stopping by. And if you want to grab some free samples, this little basket right here.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to Scrap Time videos on YouTube. In the meantime, here are a couple other videos you might be interested in watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.